I don't think anyone is taking the Steelers serious enough as a championship contender. This team is ridiculously solid everywhere. Offense, defense, special teams, they don't have a real weakness at all. Sure, the offense isn't elite, but they are top 15 in practically every metric, and the team is top 5 in some of the most crucial areas. I haven't heard a single peep about the Steelers being a serious championship contender on social media or on television, but they are quietly putting in the work and putting together a fantastic year as the Steelers do. Look at their record. Look at the wins on the schedule, the roster, the coaching staff. This team has winners all around. I won't be surprised at all if this team goes all the way to the bowl and even wins it all. I'm going to break down some film and run the data to show you exactly why. Let's dive in. Before we dive into the Steelers specifically, let's get a quick lay of the land of the AFC. The Steelers are 10-3, which lands them at first in their division and third in the conference. If the season were to end today, this is what the playoff picture would look like. When you look at the AFC, if you've been watching most of the games this season, you'd know it is truly wide open. Kansas City is the number 1 seed, but they have some serious issues on the O-line, particularly at offensive tackle. When you watch them play, they genuinely can't block off the edge worth a lick, and that's with Juwan Jennings getting an edge every single play by illegally false starting. Those tackles stand no chance against a great pass rush like the Steelers have. The Bills are an electric team, but they've never been able to get over the hump with their current core and are coming off a surprising loss to the LA Rams, which included a massive coaching blunder, maybe the biggest of this year, when McDermott decided to call a timeout after sneaking it at the 1-yard line with under 2 minutes and being down by 2 scores, thus forcing them to have to go for a low percentage onside kick instead of being able to keep the 3 timeouts, kick it off, and give the defense a chance to get the stop. Baltimore has an electric offense as well, but the defense has been struggling this year, and they also have serious big game troubles and haven't been able to get over the playoff hump. This team lacks composure in playoff games and is quick to get away from what brought them to the dance when things are going south, which has been a clear trend if you've been watching in previous years. Houston has serious interior O-line problems, which has caused Stroud to struggle all year. The Chargers simply don't have enough talent on offense and are dealing with injuries all around, and the Broncos have a rookie QB and don't really have a whole lot of talent. All this to say, I think the field is open, and I think that the most solid and consistent team that plays a winning brand of football and has the least glaring vulnerabilities has the best chance to make a run to the Super Bowl, and there is no better team that fits that bill than the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have been quietly winning and putting together a great year this season, just like head coach Mike Tomlin has been quietly accumulating wins throughout his career and has slowly earned his spot as one of the most winning coaches in NFL history, with 183 total wins, currently putting him at 11th all-time and only 3 wins away from cracking the top 10 in NFL history. A lot of this success can be attributed to Tomlin's coaching style and the winning brand of football he has the Steelers play, which is one of the reasons I like them in the AFC. Tomlin is a defensive-minded coach who always has a great defense and has a coaching style that complements the defensive strength. He doesn't take excessive chances on 4th down and avoids putting the defense in bad spots after turning the ball over on downs. He prefers to punt and trusts his strong defense. His team almost always wins the turnover battle because his offense is a low-risk and time of possession-based offense that sticks with the run. This style is boring to a lot of modern NFL viewers, but it is a traditional winning January playoff football style that gives the team that might lack some offensive talent but has a great defense the best chance to win. Many of the old school coaches in the league right now, like Jim Harbaugh for example, have currently and historically had success in the NFL by adopting this style. No matter the situation, Tomlin finds ways to win football games. Throughout his 18-year tenure with the Steelers, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. There are certain teams in sports that just have a really good winning culture. Regardless of the talent on the roster, the national media coverage, they consistently put in the work each and every day and they win games because of it. Think of the Miami Heat in the NBA, for example. A winning team known for developing tough-nosed players and being competitive every single year despite having less star power than other teams. The Steelers are very much one of those teams. Even with Big Ben in his final season where he struggled to throw the ball, especially down the field, they still made the playoffs. Last year with Pickett and a passing offense that ranked 28th in points, they still made the playoffs. Even with major weaknesses on his team, Tomlin finds ways to win and puts his team in position to compete for playoff wins. This year, the difference is the offense is capable, and Russell Wilson is complementing the winning style of football that Tomlin wants played perfectly. Wilson came into this year somewhat of a question mark after having an underwhelming stint with the Broncos, which led to his release. The Steelers scooped him up and also picked up a young, dynamic quarterback in Justin Fields for a 6th-round conditional draft pick, which was a brilliant pickup by Tomlin and the Steelers. Wilson didn't play the first 6 games of this season due to injury, and Justin Fields took the helm and led the team to a 4-2 record. When it was time for Wilson's return, many were calling for Fields to keep the starting job based on his play, but Tomlin made the decision to give Wilson a shot, and Russell Wilson hasn't looked back since. The team is 7-1 with Wilson as the starter, with key wins over the Ravens, Commanders, and Bengals, and Wilson has been playing his role as a game-managing quarterback phenomenally. Currently, he's 6th in the league with a quarterback rating of 103.9 and has only thrown 3 interceptions. He protects the ball better than any other quarterback in the league, with only a 1.2% turnover-worthy play percentage, and at the same time is taking calculated shots down the field with a 6.7 big-time throw rate, which is tied for 4th in the league. He's not putting up MVP numbers by any means, but he is a veteran quarterback who manages the game well and protects the ball and is more than capable of making a defense pay down the field, which is exactly what Tomlin needs to complement the defense. The offense protects and keeps the ball, piling up the time of possession through their commitment to the run game, which keeps the defense fresh and off of the field, and also out of bad positions because the offense hardly turns over the ball. This allows the defense to fly around the field and make plays when they take the field, and they have been dominating the NFL. The defense is 1st in turnovers forced with 28, 5th in points allowed at 238, and 7th in total yards allowed, just above 4,000. They are a playmaking group that play hard for their coaches each and every play. This shows with the production of their front 4, where they have 3 players in the top 10 for edge rushing pass rush grade, according to Pro Football Focus. Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith, and TJ Watt are all threats off the edge and are a handful for any offensive line. TJ Watt is one of the premier edge rushers in the league, holding the all-time single-season sack record, and also a force in the run game who allows for other players on the defensive line like Herbig and Highsmith to make plays because of the attention he demands. The interior also gets through, with Cameron Heyward and Keanu Benton, also both in the top 10 for interior pass rushing grade. Heyward being one of those players that consistently makes winning plays at crucial moments. If he's not getting pressure himself and recording sacks, he's snuffing out and blowing up a halfback screen on a key 3rd down, or tipping a ball that ends up getting intercepted. He's just a key player that has been a rock on this defense for many years and is still playing at an exceptional level. Speaking of winning football again, I wanted to point out offensive coordinator Arthur Smith's coaching. Week to week, Smith makes sure his offense is doing the little things and making it hard for dominant opposing players to wreck games. Look at how they handled Myles Garrett in Week 13, for example. Throughout the game, they were constantly chipping, double and triple teaming, even running option plays directly at him, just doing the little things to make him think just a tad bit more, to slow him down just a tad bit off the edge and get him off his game maybe just a little. And you could see the frustration starting to build up for him throughout the game. They held him under check for almost the entire game. He did have a sack late in the 4th quarter off of a blown-up play when the game was pretty much over, but the point is they slowed him down throughout the game, and these little things are part of the winning approach that can make a big difference when your offense doesn't have the most talent in the world. They might not get you touchdowns, but throughout the course of the game, they might contribute to being able to protect the ball and move the ball down the field to help get a field goal here or there. And when you have a top defense on the other side of the ball, 3 points here and there can be the difference in close games, especially in the playoffs. Bottom line, this team is super solid and plays winning football, an art that has been lost in the NFL over the years. With no clear favorites emerging, especially in the AFC, I think the Steelers are legit contenders, and I won't be surprised if they make a Super Bowl run this year. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and got some entertainment out of this video. I want to say thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. I didn't think that this would come this soon. Honestly, it wasn't even on my mind just like last week when I started this channel. I was kind of doing this thing for fun, but the response I've gotten, I've said this in other videos, is just actually insane. And I want to thank you guys all for subscribing, liking the videos, commenting on the videos. I really appreciate it all. I love seeing your guys' perspectives in the comments and your guys' takes. And I like seeing the community that we're starting to build here. So thank you guys for the subs. I'm going to keep on at it. I got some good ideas planned for my next videos. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. A lot more to come. And yeah, that's it for me. Catch you guys in the next video.